Hey everybody, it's me, Livi B, and welcome back to my channel. So today for a video, I was pretty stuck on what to film, but luckily someone on my Instagram asked me to do a video about my piercings. Now, probably since I started this channel, this has probably been the most highly requested video. So I think it's due time to talk about all of my piercings from the past and the present to any future piercings I might want. So without further ado, let's get straight on into the video.
There's no one else here around me, sinking my feet in the sand.
Now, at the moment, I presently have 8 piercings. But I've had a lot in the past, and I've taken some out, kept some, stuff like that, gotten re-pierced a lot of times. So I thought I would share with you guys what piercings I have currently, what I've had in the past, piercings I want in the future, and their pain level. Now, this list that I made isn't in any particular order. I kind of started out like age-wise, and then I kind of went like within the area, but anyways. So the first piercing I ever got was my first lobes. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that's what everybody starts off with when they get piercings. I got this done when I was in kindergarten, and for a kindergartner, I'd say it was probably a 3 out of 10 for pain. Obviously, I probably played it off as way more dramatic than needed back then, but ideally, like, it was a 3 out of 10. The second piercing is one that I have currently as well, and it was the second lobe piercing. I got that done in the 8th grade, and the pain level for that, from what I can remember, was probably a 2 out of 10. Not terrible at all. Now, the third piercing I got was my nose, and that has been past and present. And the reason I say this is because I've had to get my nose re-pierced about 3 times, I believe. So, ever since I was younger, I always wanted a nose ring so badly, but my mom was like, no, you are not allowed to have a nose ring. Not on my watch. So once I turned 16 in Ottawa, you can get pretty much any piercing except for the nipples without parents' consent. So the day after I turned 16, I hopped my tushy on a bus downtown, and got my nose pierced. And I came home and I was like, I can do this now. Like, my little rebellious butt, like, oh my goodness. So that was the first time it ever got pierced. And then I'd say I had it in for maybe 2 or 3 months tops. And my sister and I got in a fight and she ripped it out. Not intentionally, it was completely an accident, but she did rip it out. And so I had to let that heal, and I got it re-pierced for the second time in October of that year. And that stayed in for probably 2 years, I want to say. And this was both on the right side. And then it fell out in my sleep because I had a really thin width of a hoop. And it would always like move around, and it slipped out in my sleep and I lost it. And the hole closes up really fast. So then I got it re-pierced like within that same week, but I was like, hey, you know what, we're going with the left side now. But I do still have a scar from where it was. And the nose piercings pain level each time was probably a 4 out of 10. It made my eyes water, but it was more so just my body's reaction to the shock. And another piercing that I got in the past that's gone now was my septum. I had my septum done when I was 17. I got it when my mom was out of town, and I convinced my dad to bring me downtown to get it done because I really wanted it. I had to flip it up for work though, like all the time, so I couldn't have like just the like hoop that I originally wanted. And then I kept flipping it up just like all the time, and the balls on the piercing were really big, so it made it hard for me to like breathe through my nose. So all the time I kind of was just like so I took it out because I was like, if I'm flipping it up all the time, what's even the point of having it, right? So I don't regret taking it out. Sometimes I'll put a faker in there sometimes, and it's just a whole lot better. The pain level for the septum was probably a 4.5 out of 10. Again, I teared up because my body's response, but it wasn't awful. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so it was pretty good. So another piercing that I've had in the past and the present is my third lobe. And the reason I say past and present is because I have the third lobe on this side, but I don't on this side, because I kind of like that asymmetrical look, but also it fell out and I couldn't find the ring and it closed up. So anyways, the pain level for the third lobe was probably a 5 out of 10. And the reason it was a 5 out of 10 is because I did it myself with my friend. We full on parent trapped the situation. We took like a sewing needle, like a lighter, disinfected it, like the apple behind the ear, all of that. We full on parent trapped it. Another past piercing I've had is the fourth lobe as well, but it fell out on this side, and again I wanted that asymmetrical look, so I took it out on this side as well. And again, that was probably a 5 out of 10 because I did that a couple weeks after I did my third lobe. Once again, I did it myself because my mindset was, if I can do this myself, why would I pay like $50 for someone to shove a needle through a floppy piece of skin that is not that hard? So I did it myself. Another past piercing I've had has been my left helix. I got that done when I was 16, I believe, but it got infected, so I had to take it out. And the pain level for that was probably a 5.5 out of 10. It really hurts to like lay down on the side you get it pierced on for like even years after. A present piercing I have, and I will insert a chart just because it's kind of hard to see, but a present piercing that I have is the rook piercing, which looks like this. I was probably 17 when I got that done, and the pain level was probably a 3 out of 10. It didn't hurt a lot. Another present piercing that I have is my tragus, which looks like this. I was 18 when I got that done, and the pain level was probably a 3 out of 10 as well. It's just annoying to like fit earbuds in after you get it done, and still sometimes now it's just a little annoying. Another present piercing that I have is the daith, which looks like this. I got that the same day I got my tragus because it was a 2-for-1 deal, 2 for the price of 1. The pain level for that one though was probably a 6.5 out of 10. Is actually probably one of the most painful piercings I've ever gotten. And I don't know if it's because it's like such thick cartilage or whatever. I'm not sure. It just really freaking hurt. All I remember is that. But it was the least complicated to heal in the healing process. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. The daith piercing is said to relieve migraines and anxiety. Although I don't get migraines, so I can't really attest to the fact if that's true or not. But I do have huge anxiety, and I don't know if it has helped at all, but I thought it was cool, and it's a cute piercing, so I like it. Another present piercing I have is my right helix up here. I got that done at a dinky little hair salon in the town that my mom and dad grew up in. They don't have a whole lot there. It was a hair salon. She did it with a gun, which is really dangerous because you could shatter your cartilage, but I just was very impulsive and I was like, I want to get my helix done now, today, let's do it. And I got it done. The pain level for that was probably a 3 out of 10 because it was really quick with the gun. It was just like, so. Another present piercing I have is my belly button. I'm not going to show it because I'm really self-conscious about my stomach, but I was 16 when I got that done, and the pain level was probably a 1 out of 10. It was, again, probably one of the least painful piercings I've ever gotten because it's just your belly button. It didn't hurt that bad. And it didn't get infected either, so that was nice. But I got that when I originally went to go get my septum done, and I chickened out, and I got my belly button. Now, future piercings that I want or think are cute, I still on the fence about these two, but I really want to get the industrial, which like goes straight through the helix and out the front helix. I really like that, although I don't know if I'd ever get it. I don't know. Another one I really like is the conch, and that one like goes straight through. It's just, I'm terrified to get that one. If I am being honest, I'm terrified because the cartilage feels so thick. It scares me, so I don't know if I'd ever get that. And the last piercing I think is cute, probably will never get it, but I really like the look of it, is the Ashley piercing. I'll insert a photo right here. I think it's actually like a really cute piercing, like especially if it's just like you put on liquid lipstick like around it, but I'm probably never gonna get it. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my piercings, and I hope I could help you guys. If you guys have any questions about any piercings, leave them down below and I'll be sure to answer them. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you have not already. And as usual, if you have any questions for me, leave them on any of my social medias with the hashtag coffeeonthecouchwithlivy or hashtag beauty by Butler for a chance to be featured in my monthly Q&A, and I'll see you guys next week.